Please stand up for chanting Buddha's name. When THÍCH, please starting recitation. Please stand up.
Nam mô Bổn Sư Thích Ca Mâu Ni Phật. Nam mô Bổn Sư Thích Ca Mâu Ni Phật. Nam mô Bổn Sư Thích Ca Mâu Ni Phật.
Thank you on visiting. Respected Venerable Dr. THÍCH, Chairperson of the conference. Respected Venerable Dr. THÍCH, Co-Chairperson of the conference. Dear Dharma friends, great afternoon everybody and welcome to our Buddhist conference. I am NHện T, a moderator of this conference till conclusion. Today, we have come together as a community to examine and share our understanding of Buddhist history and practice. I would like to extend my ardent welcome to all the members so here today, both individual and inconspicuous, but exceedingly acknowledged. This conference points to talk everybody about Buddhist lesson and how to apply them to our everyday life. We have speakers from diverse universities in India who will share their skills, bits of knowledge, and experience with us. Let us ungrasp the soul of learning and regard each author's conclusions. We are blessed to live in a time where the Buddha's teaching can be shared between monks and nuns in a peaceful and harmonious atmosphere. Every speaker presented her speech in 10 or 15 minutes, then follow 5 minutes for discussion. Questions from attendees can arise to the presenter after finishing the presentation. They will remind on us about starting and ending time. Please notice that. Now, let us begin the function of conference by inviting Ban THÍCH, Secretary of organizing a committee of conference. This that. Now, let us begin the function of conference by inviting Ban THÍCH, Secretary of organizing a committee of conference, to deliver open remarks, please.
Namo Sakyamuni Buddha. Respected Venerable Dr. THÍCH, the chairperson of the conference. Respected Venerable Bhikshuni THÍCH, the co-chairperson of the conference. Dear Dharma, brother, sister, and friends, we welcome you with warm heart at this Buddhism conference, where we honor ancient teaching just continue to share our modern work. For many centuries, Buddhism has been one of the more influential religions which collect ethical philosophy and social guidance spiritual journey throughout universal culture worldwide. We, Buddhist monk and nun in the rule of monastery, and Buddhist study research scholar in the duty of the university, gathered today from the distant corner around India to share specific knowledge and practical experience. In addition, we aim to create an environment for deep learning about Buddhism past, given its contact within modern day social system. As per speakers scheduled throughout today, the quick individual like yourself, not data or Catholic and pure, leading discussion exploring topics such like Bodhisattva compassion and wisdom, and showing how Buddhist tradition still influence contemporary society, especially art plus culture remains steadfast since its creation in India many centuries ago. Please join us as we cycle on a significant thoughts impure with hope and work toward enlightenment, something Buddhists know so well. I sincerely desire this family to serve as well springs of motivation, enlightenment, and expansion for each individual present. With almost gratitude, I thank you for our valuable time together. May our society be enriching and flourishing in every possible way. This conclusion will symbolize the importance of coming together to learn and grow. Thank you. Buddhist Study Conference Organizing Committees of India 2023.
Thank you, Venerables. Dharma friends, our conference have a congratulated letter of Venerable THÍCH, Vice Buddhist President and General of Vietnam Buddhist Sangha. May I invite Venerable THÍCH to convey the letter of the Venerable THÍCH, please.
2 days ago, I received a message from Most Venerable THÍCH. Actually, I am his senior in Delhi University. Then he came back to Vietnam to serve for Vietnam Buddhist. Fine. Then now, on his behalf, I will read the letter. I can say that I want the atmosphere to be cheerful, no tension. Thanks too much, some presenter they get to be shaking. I shaking very much when I was like you, but now I become old. All the sensational feeling and gone, so I'm scared of it. Most Venerable Dr. THÍCH, Vice President, General Secretary of the Executive Council of Vietnam Buddhist Sangha. Hanoi, June 30, 2023. To Most Venerable Dr. THÍCH, New Delhi, India. Namo Sakyamuni Buddha. I would like to send my best wishes to you and the Vietnamese monks and non-scholars who are studying in India. I am very happy and impressed to extend my warmest congratulations to you and believe that the conference will be crowned with great success. When I first learned about the conference, I was intensely impressed by the rescue of your vision, thus focus on methodology in studying and the daily life practicing of young monks and nuns who are studying in India. Your ability to create the schedule that smoothly combine the large research, thought-provoking discussion, and creative ideas show how insightful you are. The presenter you invite will make the audience amazed and motivated with their knowledge and skill on the stage. I also must praise how the organization committee conference and you organize and carry out the conference. Every little thing, from the birth faith planning to the cultivating a small fair, is carefully thought out and done with great attention. Your team impressive professionalism and organization are shown through the smooth flows of events, the smooth use of technology, and the perfect coordination between team members. The conference is really good at management events. Lastly, I would like to express my appreciation for you and Bhikkhuni Huong, the Huong Sen Temple for you and your supporting and sponsoring the conference. Your dedication and kindness have played a very important role in making the events a great success with Metta. Thank you.
Or know that a conference is impossible without a sponsor. I want to invite Dr. Venerable THÍCH to come to the stage to give the welcome speech of sponsor board.
Dạ, Nam Mô Di Đà Phật. Hôm nay quý thầy, quý sư cô vui không? Vui ha. Dạ, vui vì mình là người đồng hương ở xa và chúng ta hội tụ lại đây. Vui vì chúng ta được gặp trong một cái môi trường học viện, học thức và cùng nhau chia sẻ kiến thức tu học. Hồi nãy giờ chúng ta nghe Thượng tọa tiến sĩ Chairman nói tiếng Anh, rồi hai thầy MC Huyền Như Thiện Tâm cũng nói tiếng Anh không? Bây giờ đến phần sư Giới Hương, sư xin nói tiếng Việt. Lý do mình người nữ, mình tình cảm, muốn nói tiếng Việt để tất cả cùng hiểu trọn vẹn cái tâm tư của sư Giới Hương và những người Phật tử tăng ni cúng dường cho cái hội thảo này. Dạ. Nam mô Bổn Sư Thích Ca Mâu Ni Phật. Kính thưa Thượng tọa Tiến sĩ Thích Hạnh Chánh, trưởng ban đại diện Tăng Ni Sinh Việt Nam tại Ấn Độ. Kính thưa quý thầy, quý sư cô đang du học tại nhiều trường đại học tại Ấn Độ. Trước hết, xin thay mặt chư tôn đức tăng ni và quý Phật tử trong ban bảo trợ của chùa Huong Sen do con làm trụ trì, chúng con kính gửi lời chào Thượng tọa Chairman và quý thầy cô tăng ni sinh lời chào trân trọng và thân thiết nhất. Kính thưa chư tôn thiền đức, thời gian thấm thoáng trôi qua nhanh. Hồi đầu tháng 2 của năm nay 2023, con được dịp hồng chuyện Viber với Thượng tọa Hạnh Chánh về cái tổ chức hội thảo Phật học do Ban đại diện Tăng Ni Sinh Ấn Độ liên kết với chùa Huong Sen Hoa Kỳ tổ chức tại Sada University. Thời gian 4 tháng trôi qua nhanh. Thời điểm hôm nay là ngày 1 tháng 7 năm 2023, là giờ thuyết trình hội thảo và chuyển tặng 2 tập sách Anh Việt, Phật giáo tầm nhìn lịch sử và thực hành màu vàng, tất cả quý thầy đang có ha. Và tập sách tiếng Anh Buddhism, Historical and Practical Vision, đây là cuốn màu xanh, tất cả quý thầy đang có, là thành quả của hội thảo đã được đúc kết trong 4 tháng vừa qua với tinh thần bình đẳng, khoa học và trân trọng. Chúng con đã được chọn được 23 bài viết cho tập sách này bằng tiếng Anh và dịch ra tiếng Việt 23 bài tiếng Việt. Hôm nay gửi tặng sách cho quý thầy cô đang cầm trong tay ấn phẩm in tại Delhi, và chúng con cũng đang tiến hành xin giấy phép in tại Việt Nam, nhà xuất bản Hồng Đức và nhà xuất bản Tôn giáo. Ngoài ra chúng con cũng có in ấn tại Hoa Kỳ, cho nên 23 tác giả của 23 bài sách này sẽ được cống hiến phổ biến toàn cầu, cả cộng đồng người Việt và cả những cộng đồng người nói bằng tiếng Anh. Cũng như chúng con sẽ post trên các truyền thông website, Facebook Chùa Huong Sen, Đạo Phật Ngày Nay, trang nhà Quảng Đức Hoa Vô Ương và các trang mạng điện tử khác để phổ biến. Hôm nay lần đầu tiên chúng con tổ chức mới được có 23 bài, mà hôm nay chúng ta hiện diện ở đây là bao nhiêu vị? 70 vị. Chúng con hy vọng trong tương lai gần con sẽ liên kết với Thượng tọa Tiến sĩ Thích Hạnh Chánh. Hôm đó chúng con kịp tới, chúng con mong được nhận được 70 bài, 100 bài, 200 bài, càng nhiều bài nữa. Mong tất cả quý thầy cô thiếu bài của ngày hôm nay thì phải hứa để kỳ tới có bài hiện diện trong sách của mình, để mình được dịp cống hiến sự hiểu biết của mình đến với tất cả. Và con và chùa Huong Sen chúng con sẽ là người bảo trợ giúp truyền tải những chuyện này. Kính thưa quý thầy cô, tập sách khổ lớn dày 400 trang là gói ghém tất cả tâm tư của người con Việt học Phật nơi phương xa, quan tâm đến tiền đồ Phật Pháp, mượn chữ nghĩa để mô tả những tầm nhìn sâu rộng, nhiều khía cạnh, đa dạng, năng động của trí tuệ Phật giáo hữu dụng trong cuộc sống tâm linh hàng ngày. Có câu nói, sách là kho tàng đã và đang cho chúng ta trí tuệ và biến chúng ta thành người có tri thức, học rộng, hiểu biết và vị tha. Vâng, đúng như vậy. Tập sách như một hiện hữu, một giá trị tinh thần, một kỷ niệm tri thức và một bảo vật truyền cảm hứng trong sáng tác văn học, Phật học, để khơi nguồn giá trị thực hữu đạo Phật ở mọi thời và mọi nơi. Điều này rất cần thiết cho tất cả mọi chúng ta, nhất là những tâm ni sinh đang nghiên cứu sinh. Kính thưa chư tôn Thiền Đức Tăng Ni, là một cụ sinh viên của trường Đại học Delhi, trái tim của con đã học tại Delhi 12 năm cùng với Thượng tọa Tiến sĩ Thích Hạnh Chánh một lớp, học ở cao cấp Phật học khóa 2 một lớp, và qua đến Ấn Độ một lớp. Và lúc đó không có thân, nhưng mà lại nhân duyên, lại thắng duyên, tự nhiên kết hợp được chuyện này. Cái người thân mình lại không kết hợp được quý vị, mà cái người bình thường mình lại kết hợp. Cho nên rằng là Phật Pháp đưa đẩy, rất là vui khi gặp được Thượng tọa Thích Hạnh Chánh. Thầy rất là năng nổ, rất là nhiệt tình. Nếu không có Thượng tọa Hạnh Chánh thì cuộc hội thảo và hai cái cuốn sách này rất khó hiện hữu. Xin quý vị cho một tràng pháo tay để Thượng tọa Hạnh Chánh có thể đúng người, đúng chỗ, đúng nơi. Thành ra chúng ta làm việc ngắn thời gian mà hiệu quả rất mạnh. Còn nếu mà không đúng người, không đúng chỗ, không đúng nơi, nhiều khi cả năm, cả tháng mà không có hiệu quả. Cho nên chúng ta phải làm phước, chúng ta phải cúng dường, chúng ta phải bố thí để những việc của chúng ta được thành tựu. Là cựu sinh viên của trường Đại học Delhi 12 năm, trái tim của con luôn hướng về Delhi, luôn hướng về tâm ni sinh đang du học tại Ấn Độ. Vì các vị cũng đang trải qua những bước tu học đầy khó khăn, đầy thử thách, nhẫn nại mà chúng con từng trải qua. Một chút bánh kẹo từ phương xa con thường gửi cho tăng ni sinh cũng rất là quý. Có bánh ăn, có kẹo ăn. Con thỉnh thoảng cũng tặng cúng dường tịnh tài để trang trải học phí cho một vài tăng ni sinh. Điều đó cũng rất quý, giúp cho việc học tiếp tục. Nhưng có lẽ đối với con hiện nay, khi kết hợp được với Thượng tọa Thích Hạnh Chánh, thì con nghĩ rằng là nếu chúng con tạo được cái cơ hội thiện tri thức, động não, cống hiến, chắc xám trí tuệ cho xã hội Phật giáo hiện nay và tương lai, thì vui hơn và khó hơn. Đó là điều mà con hướng đến. Và chúng con tri ân Thượng tọa Thích Hạnh Chánh, quý thầy cô tăng ni sinh đã đồng một tư tưởng với chúng con để cùng với ban bảo trợ chúng con thực hiện chí nguyện hội thảo cống hiến này. Tịnh tài phần thưởng hôm nay chúng con có cúng dường, thì nó chỉ là cái phương tiện tạm trong cái thế giới tương đối giả tạm này. Cầm bút viết là công cụ cho trí tuệ của con người. Dấn thân viết, suy nghĩ viết, trầm ngâm viết để viết về tầm nhìn của Phật giáo. Những giây phút đó là sự thành công thật sự rất là lớn cho tất cả những người cầm bút trong cuộc hội thảo này. Và đó là phần thưởng rất lớn mà quý thầy cô cầm bút đã tặng lại cho ban bảo trợ của chúng con. Cho nên rằng là 23 bài, tức là 23 phần thưởng đại diện cho quý thầy, quý sư cô đã tặng lại cho ban bảo trợ chúng con. Rất là vui vẻ, rất là muốn được làm tiếp và cứ tiếp nối như vậy. Xin cảm ơn phần thưởng này của các vị đã trao cho chúng con. Ta nói có câu nói là không có sợ thi rớt, chỉ có sợ là có dám thi hay không, phải không nào? Cho nên sư nhớ lúc đầu một hai sư cô nói: sư ơi, con viết con sợ lắm, con sợ con không được chọn, rồi con sợ bài con bị chê. Không phải, hồi nãy sư mới nói đó, cầm viết, động não, suy nghĩ được cái vấn đề của Phật giáo, đó là quý vị đã thành công. Đó là quý vị đã cúng dường cho ban bảo trợ và cúng dường cho Tam Bảo. Cho nên không sợ bài không được chọn, không sợ bài, mình cứ viết hoài, lỡ lần này không chọn, lần sau chọn, cứ như vậy chắc chắn có ngày phải chọn. Cho nên 70 vị ở đây, lần tới Thượng tọa Hạnh Chánh đưa danh sách rồi, sư ghi vô rồi, là lần tới sư điểm danh nha, là 70 vị phải có 70 bài đấy nha. Chúng con biết là tăng ni sinh rất là bận rộn, lo bài, thi cử, viết luận án rất là căng thẳng. Rồi bây giờ lại gồng cánh viết thêm bài luận cho ban hội thảo. Rất tri ân sự hy sinh thời gian quý báu của quý thầy, quý sư cô cho cuộc hội thảo này. Tri ân sư cô Viên Nhuận, sư cô Đức Trí phụ với ban bảo trợ chuẩn bị kinh sách và hòa thưởng cho hội thảo. Tri ân thầy Huyền Như, thầy Minh Phú, thầy Vạn Thiện, thầy Nguyên Đạo, thầy Thiện Tâm, quý sư cô và nhiều vị khác nữa mà tên không thể nói hết, đã giúp liên lạc, lo cho cuộc hội thảo thành công. Và đặc biệt cuối cùng tri ân Thượng tọa Thích Hạnh Chánh, trưởng ban tổ chức, đồng chủ tọa hội thảo. Thượng tọa đã đại diện cho ban tổ chức để liên kết, tiếp xúc với tất cả tăng ni sinh, nhận bài, sửa bài, chấm bài, rồi thiết kế in ấn. Nhất là rất là căng thẳng cái phút cuối, làm để cho kịp giờ. Ngày hôm nay rất là mỹ mãn, có 2 cuốn sách là trải qua sự căng thẳng của Thượng tọa và sư giới hương rất là nhiều. Nếu không có tâm huyết, lòng hy sinh và trí sáng của Thượng tọa thì cuộc hội thảo này khó thành công như bây giờ. Thành kính tri ân tất cả những hy sinh cống hiến của từng vị đã được nêu tên hay chưa được nêu tên hẳn danh. Thành kính tri ân nhân duyên hội ngộ trong cuộc hội thảo đầy ý nghĩa này. Nguyện rằng hôm nay và mãi mãi trong tương lai chúng ta luôn có bên nhau. Bởi vì sư phải nói tiếng Việt mới được. Có nhau trong niềm tin yêu quý kính, có nhau trong đạo tình pháp lữ, có nhau trong tình bằng hữu phụng sự nhân sinh. Kính chúc Thượng tọa Thích Hạnh Chánh và quý thầy cô tăng ni sinh luôn phát huy năng lực tánh Phật sẵn có và thành công trên mọi bước chân du phương quần hóa, kính nguyện các thí chủ cúng dường bảo trợ cho cuộc hội thảo tại Delhi này sức khỏe, dồi dào, thắng duyên, thành tựu, luôn là những vị mạnh thường quân ủng hộ cho hội thảo kỳ này và nhiều cuộc hội thảo trong tương lai được thành tựu mỹ mãn. Nam mô Công Đức Lâm Bồ Tát Ma Ha Tát Phát Đại Chánh Danh. Có tặng
What the power of you? Yeah. Karame. In inviting our moment keynote speaker, recognized researcher and instructor in Buddhist study, Bhikkhuni, especially Dr. Venerable THÍCH Giới Hương.
Nam mô Di Đà Phật. Sư cũng thích nói tiếng Việt nhưng mà sẽ trình sang tiếng Việt và tiếng Anh ha. Kính thưa thượng tọa hành chánh và kính thưa quý thầy cô, hôm nay cho con được cái đặc ân là khai mạc đầu tiên cái cuộc thuyết trình. Cho nên hôm nay con xin thuyết trình. Trước hết thì như thượng tọa MC vừa mới giới thiệu, Giới Hương học ở Delhi. Sau đó từ Delhi mà Giới Hương bay thẳng qua Ấn Độ, qua bên Mỹ. Lúc đầu đi là tưởng đi hội nghị 10 ngày về thôi, nhưng mà không ngờ cái nhân duyên lại trụ ở bên Mỹ, rồi lại trụ lại được học đại học ở bên Mỹ. Sư Giới Hương lội vô trường đại học ở bên Mỹ cả chục năm đấy, từ năm 2005 mà học cho đến 2017, tức là lội vô trường đại học học 12 năm nữa. Vì vậy cho nên có cái background đó và biết cái văn hóa của Mỹ đó, cho nên rằng là thích viết sách và viết được 75 cuốn sách, trong đó hôm nay tặng cho quý thầy với cô 8 cuốn. Phải nói tiếng Việt, thấy không nào, nói tiếng Việt. Và trong 75 cuốn đó là hết một nửa là tiếng Anh đấy. Cho nên rằng là đây là cái nhân duyên mà mình không tính trước. Và khi sư Giới Hương được cái thắng duyên như vậy, thành ra sư Giới Hương muốn làm cầu nối để giúp cho tất cả quý thầy cô có chí hướng muốn đi theo như vậy. Vì vậy cho nên đề tài hôm nay sư Giới Hương muốn giới thiệu về các trường đại học ở Mỹ. Vì nếu mà tất cả quý thầy quý sư cô đi học ở đây mà học xong thạc sĩ, tiến sĩ rồi mà về chùa để phục vụ Phật giáo Việt Nam, phục vụ chùa mình thì cũng tốt. Nhưng mà nếu quý vị nào muốn đi mở rộng đôi tay nữa, mở rộng cái khả năng nữa, vì bây giờ người ta hay dùng cái từ toàn cầu đó, global, cho nên toàn cầu. Thành ra nếu mình có khả năng, hồi đó sư học với thầy Hành Chánh là sư bình thường lắm, chắc thầy Hành Chánh điểm sư bình thường lắm, thượng tọa Hành Chánh mới là nổi trong lớp đấy, là top 10 đấy, còn sư là bình thường lắm. Nhưng mà khi qua bên Mỹ rồi bắt đầu thuận duyên rồi đó, cái duyên nó đến đó, thì tự nhiên đẹp. Many community like Vietnamese American community, Cambodia American community, so like that you can practice, you can learn their language and learn English. Usually they're teaching bilingual language, Vietnamese English, Chinese English, etc. Buddhist study in the art faculty. There are some Buddhist-based universities that provide many degrees in Buddhology. University means the high and rich learning. The Buddhist-based university focus on Buddhist study field and its founder are Buddhist monastics. Like the university, it offers degree BA, MA and PhD from many faculty of the art, same in India or other. But in United States, the school fee is higher and the quality more higher. Today I would like to introduce for you four university. Four university you see on the board. Naropa University in Colorado. University of the West, that means Rome. Hòa thượng Tinh Vân founded. Soka University, that means one Japanese master. Damarin Buddhist University, that means Xuân Hóa, Hòa thượng Tuyền Hóa founded. That in America, if we talk about Buddhist university, that is for famous. They have degree. And 4 years, 6 years, 10 years. Many monastic from Asian country when they give financial aid, full financial aid. Yeah, good job.
I just have a quick question about. I have never thought about study in America, so that's just I just get familiar studying here, and so if we have chance to study there, so can we get a scholarship or so where that we can live, or what is the condition that we need in for study there?
Very good question. Very good question. Very painful when I first come to.
Yes, it would be great pleasure that we introduce our next presenter and his birth in the practical theory of impermanence, loss, and its transformative impact on one's daily life. Today, we will share invaluable insights. Let us warmly welcome our presenter, PhD scholar Thích Minh Phú. Namo Amita Buddha. Namo Sakyamuni Buddha. Dear respectful Venerable THÍCH, Chairman of this conference, dear Bhikkhuni, GIÄU, Chairman of this conference, dear Dhamma and brothers and sisters in here, to listen for this conference. My topic is the practical theory of impermanence law to improve our living life. Presentation by scholar Thích Minh Phú. This content for this conference is the first general introduction of impermanent theory, the second the investigation of impermanence law, the third the application of the impermanent theory to improve the positive conduct lifestyle. In general introduction of impermanent theory, the impermanent anicca theory is the kind of a doctrine of the Buddha always talk about everyday changing phenomena of material and spirit in the world, which is is one of the basic teaching of the Buddhism. The attitude of anicca, impermanent, is derived from the modern etymology from the negative.
Talking about. We know that the concept of impermanence is one of the major points of Buddha teaching. But be careful. We are monk. Everything also nature also impermanent. But the life woman like a Dutch lady, she have a life, she have a children, she have a husband, she have a house. How she can think like that? No, say how? Because some people they are very confused between the book. You know, whenever the Buddha teaching, you have to remember one thing very important. Whenever you read any sutra, from Pali, Greek, or even Sanskrit, who is audience? For example, the Buddha talk in one Brahma group come. Buddha said, I'm also Brahma. But doesn't mean that he accept the concept of Brahma. But he define what is a Brahma. So that is main point whenever you read things. For example, now everything is permanent. Everyone know about us. So how we can have long term for our life? How you can take care of your children? How you can do anything in society? How? So we have to make it clear, very clarified when you're talking impermanence. Then the question is how we live in the context of impermanence, but we're still living. You also have good for dinner. Next month you will be PhD doctorate. So how? So Theravada, they offer the let it go. Whatever comes, let it go. But remember, how you make it let it go? You might be angry. I know this is impermanence, but I'm still angry. You ask me to let it go. How? So what we need is power. Where power get? Power not from the heaven. Power comes from meditation, from concentration. So the more you practice meditation, the more you get the power, and the more easy you can adapt any context, even impermanence or unimpermanence, right?
Yes.
So give me a love. Thank you.
Good afternoon, dear most previous to Chairman Venerable THÍCH and THÍCH Nữ Giới Hương, and most respectful to Venerable monks, nuns, and my Dharma friends. Today, I would like to share a topic embodiment of the Bodhisattva ideal in the life journeys. The then Leighton Daniel says, Bodhisattvas are beings who are dedicated to the universal awakening and enlightenment of everyone. They exist as guides and provide absences of suffering, being and offer everyone an approach to meaningful spiritual life.
When you sit beautifully in supposed position, but you have to share and practice, and you challenge yourself meditation with the people surround you. That's in a way for me. It's a balance.
Good afternoon, respected the most venerable Dr. THÍCH, and good afternoon, respected the most venerable THÍCH Nữ Giới Hương. Dear distinguished senior Bhikkhu, Bhikkhuni, Sangha member and Dhamma rank. Today I would like to talk about my topic, NHjourd'hui, Gandhara, and Ren into the rise of the North Buddhism.
Book about that one. And the most important thing is what I discovered from Gandhara, they make the turning points, the origin of Mahayana Buddhism. That I have just looking for. Because when discovering about the Gandhara Buddhism come, all the Buddhist researchers, scholars, they turning point. Oh, they say Mahayana is lighter than Theravada. Mahayana not the Buddha teaching. Mahayana is a development. Alright, it's nothing like this. If you have some time, sit with me. I will tell you around 3 hours the main point. Why I don't trust that theory. I do the research in 10 years about that. And I write a book also. Not yet published. You think that man, that's this monk he talk, look like my familiar. Can you tell me who is the Theravada monk here? Can you tell me when the word Theravada come? When? Do you think on the Bali Sutra, the Buddha talking about Theravada? No, never ever. So when the Theravada school come? Tell me. But when I'm talking about school, I want to say to you, it's very important, boy, you have to learn about that. We say that Mahayana school or Mahayana sect, Tell me. Mahayana school or Mahayana set? Huh? Tell me. Tell me. Mahayana school or Mahayana set? School. Who raised the hand for school? Huh? I tell you one thing. It's from my research. Because when I send a book for publishing, it's famous. They have to send all of my writing to the scholar, and they feedback the idea for me to correct the book before they publish. One scholar asked me, "Do you know what is the difference between set and school in English?" I said, "No. You write a book, but you don't know." I said, "You ask me." I said, "No. Tell me." And you know what he replied? He's very expert about Mahayana. Mahayana, when you're talking about Mahayana, you should be talking Mahayana set, because in Mahayana school, they're talking about Pure Land school belong to Mahayana, Zen school belong to Mahayana. In each school is a subset, but set is the man. We can say like a Tông phái, Hệ phái in Vietnam. So, but when some scholar they writing about Mahayana in article in the book, they say Mahayana school. Be careful. When they're talking about writing Mahayana school, you have to look about the context. The context, you know the context, all right? You know the context. So whatever they depend about the Mahayana school, you have to remember about the context. What? So you cannot say Mahayana school, but you have to say Mahayana set. That difference. Very much difference. When we come to the knowledge, we understand it, we have to follow the rule. Like when you ride on the road, rule is there already. You cannot say, "Oh, I like that, so I go." No, read it there. So would you want to be serious research scholar? You have to follow the rule. For example, ABA, MLA, Chicago, what is that? You have to follow when you write research article, right? So he told me that the Bhikkhu, Dr. Bhikkhu maybe misunderstand his concept, but he's not misunderstand, but what you have present is a major misunderstand. So learn more about that and come back in next time.
I will start with some general information about Buddhist art. So Buddhist art is a reflection of the concept of Buddhism in various art forms, especially in the area of architecture. Sculpture and painting is all related to the triple chain. So there are two periods of the Buddhist art. The first is called the period of iconism, and the second is the period in which people symbolize the Buddha with statues. It appeared around the 1st century CE in the Gandhara and Mathura religions, and Gandhara is the mixed school of visual art, and it has more influence on carving Buddha statue nowadays in different areas in such as East Asia and Southeast Asia. So next I talk about history and geography. Gandhara, one of 42 provinces of the Persian Achaemenid Empire, 6th and 4th century BC, comprised Western village, Hunar, Swat, Bacha, Western Punjab, and Eastern Afghanistan as the map on the screen. So here the Mahayana Buddhist sculpture, best known as Gandhara art, developed during from the 1st to the 5th century CE.
My thesis consists of main parts, overviews of a specific topical parts about the lives of the number 2, the idea to revise the studies. Number 3 is a church, and that's what sort of the younger generation. Number 4, the difficulty and challenges is current social context. Number 5, applies Buddha's teachings and daily life and practicing meditation. Number 6, conclusion. Okay. To revise the Indian Buddhism, they have six paths. Normally, the most venerable bhikkhu to increase Indian immigration, the policy and support of the Indian government. International Buddhist funds equipment to support Indian Buddhism. Along patience of the Buddhist work to venerable monks, models Buddhist education, communities engagement. Difficulty and challenges in the current social context, changing the social value, science develops, materialize is enhanced, and humans demand enjoyment. Often space more attention to materialism, the consumerism, and the individualism. Cultural customs and the language varies. Increased with Buddhism has long been in decline. It is very difficult for people to accept a new idea or a new teaching. Besides, there are some various in terms of the culture, customs, way, a communications with the community about language, behavior, misconception, and small beliefs, etc. Dominations of the other religions. India's majority is a Hinduism country. Other religions such as Islam and Christianity also have millions of
Very nice presentation. Too much clear, I cannot ask more.
Thank you.
Sometimes we feel happy, we joyful, and another time when we feel uncomfortable, we have a little bit angry or uncomfortable in mind. That's why my topic today talk about tranquility. Self-tranquility in Vietnamese, it means an tĩnh. This is a self-tranquility technique. It means therapy for my field. We call therapy. So self-tranquility techniques from duality to Bodhisattva journey. So tranquility in English is calmness, tranquility, serenity. And the origin of tranquility in Buddhism is have two states of mind. One under influence of the world, this means something outside we cannot control, and another one is in mind. That's something we can control it. So what if you lose your tranquility? It means when sometimes you feel angry, it's fine, but for months and months, we need to control it. We need to how to express our calmness. So most venerable Thích Minh Châu have confirmed that the Buddha and the Saint have taught that the danger of lack of peace is the source its own evil and suffering. Some methods of mind to practicing the arts of tranquility. So first of all, that's breath therapy. I have like 7 techniques, but you can follow 1 or 7. It depends on you. Which one you feel more comfortable. So breath therapy means like try to do concentration in your breath. You can do walk meditation, sit meditation, anything. And this is my summarize. When the guests come to visit our house, whether the guests love or hate, we still the host. So when we feel angry or feel love or feel joyful, anything, that's just a guest, and we still a host. So remember this. So here I try to summarize the methods to practicing the art tranquility according to me. That is 8 techniques.
think that the Mahayana Buddhism is very profound? Raise your hands. No? Nobody think Mahayana Buddhism is very profound teaching? No? Nobody? If you don't think Mahayana Buddhism is insightful, I will convince you right now, right here. Frankly speaking, I'm monk, but my presentation is not this. You cannot find me to be very moral or something like this. I used to want to impress it. In order to, if you don't feel boring, follow my instruction. Frankly speaking, I was in Mahayana Buddhism in the near 50 years. And I was studying Buddhism when I was 18 years old, in 1980, in Saigon. Then we follow. I realize one thing. Today, I give us one for you, the leadership. If you are the compassion enough for the leader, any kind of leader, community leader, political leader, you will think carefully before you decide something to take the life from another person. Was not only the only thing to can accomplish dispute between the country to country. No. So that's the reason why I do very weird thing is that Mahayana Buddhism can contribute about that. First of all, we're talking about the wisdom. So we're talking about compassionate, mindful life. But listen to me, I'm talking about wisdom for that. That's the difference. If you have compassionate, if you have a mindful life without wisdom, your kindness becomes your weakness. Do you know that? In reality life, when you are too much kind, people take advantage. They use you because you don't have any wisdom. You just only kind people, good people. And good people without wisdom, for what purpose? Remember one sentence? If some people use you, take advantage from your goodness, say that, hey, don't take my kindness, become my quickness. You got my point? Agree with me? Raise your hand. Yes. So, but what is realistic political theory? Why I choose this? Because some kind of thing, it look like this is a debate, the hot debate about this topic. What about the realistic political theory? Because politics, we understand in politics, anything is very messy. You know messy? Messy means mixing together, nothing is in order, and unpredictable. You cannot say what will happen tomorrow in the world if you are a leader. So you should need the wisdom. Wisdom is very important. And how to take the wisdom. Because in realistic political theory, they don't talk anything about wisdom. But Mahayana can do it. Can contribute for you about that one. That is about integration, my topic. And now you go to the miser point of Mahayana Buddhism leadership. Remember one thing, I talk about leadership only on Mahayana Buddhism. I don't talk about the doctrine of Mahayana Buddhism. Remember that. So we say that's about mindfulness and compassion in leadership. What is mindfulness? Mindfulness doesn't mean that when I do this one, I know this one. And when I don't know this one, I don't know to do this one. No. It's impossible for the leader. But political leader, they're not like us. They are too much busy. They might be too much busy. Very, very quick, fast. They have to do it. So you ask them, when you do, you should be like this, like that. Impossible. So what does it mean, mindful? What does it mean about mindfulness on that? The mindfulness on the Mahayana Buddhism leadership is whenever you decide something, not do something, decide something, You have to think about the practical condition, about the all human beings, what they will get about from your decision. They are better or they are worse. You take good for the one country, 10 country is a damage. This is mindfulness I'm talking about, Mahayana Buddhism. And many people agree with me about the Bodhisattva doctrine. Is the central concept of the Mahayana Buddhism. On this one, we can see that when you service, some people we say they are Bodhisattva. Like that monk he asked before. Why sometimes we do, we feel happy? Why sometimes we do, we don't feel happy? For example, in Vietnam, you can see many people, they take the monk clothes, they got money, fake from many people on the street. So if you are donating the money for us, okay, people, you turn back, you saw, oh, they are not the real monk. They are unhappy. Remember one thing. You cannot ask people, oh, you are Bodhisattva. You come to do this one, you go on cultivating your credit and you will get enlightenment. No, don't confuse it. The Bodhisattva means that people who are enlightened already and they want to turn back to help the people or they want to stay to help the people. So some kind of thing is one lady talking about, one now talking about the Vietnam engaged Buddhist Sangha. But one thing she didn't talk about how the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha do the social work with another community. In Vietnam there are many different communities. There are NGO also there. So they are different, we are different. So what are benefits for the people in not Buddhism? If you have a charitable organization belong to your temple, please try to train the lay people first. How they feel good when they do the good thing. No, it's not about the illusion. No. The good things should come from reality. Teach them meditation step by step. So whenever they do that one, they say, oh, it's a real thing. I do not only for them, but for me. Cultivation. That's Mahayana can do. So if the Mahayana man, they talking about the leadership, I will take you back later on. And you mean about skillful meaning. You remember skillful meaning? There's one very good story about skillful meaning in Lotus Sutra. All of you already know about the burning house, remember? The burning house. So the children in there, they enjoy it and the house is burning. But they doesn't know what the house is. They doesn't know about what the zero that we get after that. The father. What the father do? He said, well, you come out. I give you some good toy. You can play outside. You don't come out and punish you. It means opposite. One is punishment, one is enjoyment. But why the father do so kind of thing? Because he started out, what I can do, I take my children out of the burning house. That is skillful thing. But remember, if you say that Mahayana Buddhism give you the thing you can do anything, if you get result, no. We don't do if some kind of thing in violence. We don't do if anything only for ourselves. We have to do for the benefit of all human beings. Not about one community, but about not only Buddhism, not only Buddhist. That's the kind of skillful meaning. This is my point. Now, you go to the main point of what is real political theory. What does it mean for us Buddhism? The leadership, they have 5 kind of things. The first is about how to think the reality and make decision. The second, they have to make the judge what we go in. If we do such a policy, if we do this kind of another policy, this is direct thinking. The third is flexibility. Flexibility means anything is flexible. If you are a political leader, you cannot make anything look like a steel, hard. We should be do like the whirlpool or the water can flow anywhere without no problem. But one thing you have to remember, what you're going to do in the next seminar. I saw some kind of thing happening in our conference because we are less of the skill of this. You know, the political people, they have one very important skill is listening skill. But there's some people they listen but they do anything. Sometimes you talk to them and they're smoking and look. Otherwise, no. The Buddha, the Mahayana Buddhism teach you around 7 techniques of listening skillful. I tell you first thing. The first is about active listening. Active listening, now you look at me. I'm looking at you. You are listening to me very, very nicely, very smoothly, eyes by eye contact. This is active listening. Secondly, empathy. We need empathy for the listening. When people talking to you something, please understand that they want to talk. And they want you to hear them, not only about the language or the word come out from your mouth, but they want you understand and empathy with them. So kind of thing is the leadership in Mahayana Buddhism can teach for the political leader. For example, in Vietnam, for something like this. And the third is about open-mindedness. When you listen another religion or another different point of view, you say that no, the Buddha teach different. You teach different. We cannot say that. First, you open your mind. Then you listen to them very carefully and respectfully. Then you say, oh, don't say another religion. Or don't say another argument is wrong. No, don't say that. We are monk and nun. We are basic enough. You say, oh, you have just give very nice argument. Let me talk about my opinion. The Buddha say like this, like that. In which sutra, like this, like that. Give the sutra name. Because the definition not from your mouth. You are not talking about argument. The Buddha say. So say this sutra, say like this, like that. Then, after clear about the definition, you can discuss with them, oh, what we will do. Of course, it will be different. Christian, Muslim, Buddhism, so different. Without different, how can they become present? So you should be listen to other people, open-minded. The third is non-verbal communication. This is Mahayana Buddha teaching. See, the Buddha always say that we have a tree, the mind, the body, and the language from the mouth. Sometimes you just focus what from my mouth. You don't focus about my body language, my face expression, my tone of voice. If you are listening about us with that skill, you will understand more. Just amazing like this one. There are some people come to your Garden. They say, Master Z, I am very suffering. And that people is your follower. They contribute for you for a long time for your table. But you say, oh, okay, talk to me. And you look at about this one, 5 some chatting or reply something. What I think? I really never like the chat. We are monks, we use the sound so meters with the purpose, only for better, for Buddhism, not for you. The people around us, they use a lot of time for this. They look at them. We are doing the same, what it does. See, our head is different her. Our clothes different her. So whatever you use, it also be different. The people around you, they look, and you also look. You sit in the middle, look at them. For what purpose? So you just try to listen to people with the body language, with the tone of the voice, and with the face expression. You will realize what they want from you. And if you know what they want from you, you find solution for them. And if that solution can help them, and they will follow you forever. That's the fourth thing about the listening. The 15th listening is about make the question, clarify question, asking clarifying question. What is that? When you ask people something, please understand that what you want to ask and why you ask that. Sometimes we ask something is not related to what they are talking about. So what their reaction? They say, oh, she want to make me trouble. He want me to trouble. She or he isn't that what I'm talking about. So we are monk and nun, we never do that. We want to make a question because we want to more clear. We want to get what you are talking more clear, not make another difficult. If you have the skill of the language, you can make any question, can make difficult, but we don't monk and nun, we don't do that. We only question about clarifying question. Me, I want clearly. My question is very clear. So if you want to become researcher, if you want to become PhD, try about that. For example, when you write in thesis, you say, oh, I like this one. I like this argument. I don't like this argument. No. It's not about the way of PhD scholar doing that. We choose right or wrong. But we choose in the balance mood. It means you should respect what they like even they are wrong. Because if they are right and wrong, they have you to get right. Right? If some people you see someone bad thing outside, you go, oh, is it bad thing? No. He do bad thing. So you learn something you never do like him. This is he do bad thing for your good thing. You are with me. So you will not think that, oh, I will follow this and not follow it. No. Like Ben Phu said, impermanence. in next hour, I'm different. Why you have to follow me? Why? Just like this, when you refuse, your life is better. Then the sixth thing about the bison and silence. Bison and silence is the listening skill of the leader. The Mahayana Buddhism can offer for politic people. You see, the politic people, they will say, oh, I'm busy like this, like that. I don't have time to listen. So you don't vote for them. We have, whatever they speak, even you have to very patient to listen. Then, what you will see from that. I tell you one thing. We see all the Mahayana forgotten in Vietnam. There one Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva in front before the entry. I also talked one time about that in this auditorium. So when the people come to your forgotten, they salute the Avalokitesvara. Then they come to you, and you sit in there. What you will say? Salute the Buddha status. It's not bad, but it's not enough. It's not enough. Teach them how to make the Avalokitesvara effective. Teach them how to listen, like I just taught to you. You just listen to me some kind of thing. You will see your life totally change different. For example, now you like someone in your group, you dislike someone in your group. Why you do that? And you like someone, even they say bad thing, you also, very good, very good. You dislike, oh, I don't like that man. Who's that man? There are no man, no woman here. Because they are just only the thing, the woman and the man doing. And no permanent thing. So they asked me on the conference, what you will do? Do you have some human beings who are dislike your religion? I said no. Buddha teaching there's no man or no woman, but the contest and the man, the woman are doing. So I support the thing, good thing, and I dispute the bad thing. Doesn't mean that I don't like or dislike the man or woman. You try to think like this. Whenever you come out, you don't have enemy. You don't have enemy. Because, unexpected thing is very easy to be appear in front of you. And so if the leadership can do some kind of thing, we can offer them. Oh, I will teach you 6 skills of listening. Listening very important, even in Mahayana Buddhism or in realist political theory. But one thing, if very weird here, I want to tell you. You see, we want anything good. We want anything harmony. But no, in this universe, in this world, there is nothing absolutely. So don't try anything and don't look at anything absolutely. Don't expect that my master should be like this, my sister should be like this, my brother should be like this. No, don't expect anything. But we thinking about how to make it good. How to make it good only. Because this is our life. The monk and nun contribute for the world. So don't hesitate to see or to meet the political leader. No. Say no. We are monk, we are nun, we don't talk about politics. Don't think like this. Even the Buddha, he talk a lot of things for the king, the emperor. And one the main point of Mahayana Buddhism is the support of the king, support of the monk, intellectual monk like us. A lot of bodhisattvas, Mahayana bodhisattva appear. A lot of complementary appear. If you read about the 6th century idea of Indian Buddhism, I think you will cry. Definitely you will cry. Because at that time, the one man, he Hindu, and his name is Sankara. He's so good in debate, and he learned a lot of things from Buddhism, and he come to challenge, forgot the debate with him. Sometimes he make very big crowd to debate with him. All the monks fell. He's always become the winner. So 20 minutes already. Why you don't talk? Then so I'm going to finish. Then you see that there's one monk. He cried. When he saw this, he cried. And he tried to keep the hair like a secular person. Then he followed to learn from that monk. That's Sankara. Then he come back to debate that thing. So please, if you sometimes you feel too much loose, if sometimes you feel too much down, you don't want to continue the line of monk and nun, please read Indian Buddhism from the 6th century to 8th century. And read all the commentary from that one. They will rise up. They will make you to be rise up. Then you will follow it. Sorry, I take 20 minutes already.
Có 2 cuộc hội thảo, một cuộc hội thảo tại trường đại học Kandy và một cuộc hội thảo tại Kuala Lumpur. Nhưng mà ở bên đó thì sư Giới Hương phải nhờ quý giáo sư người Tích Lan tổ chức, chứng tỏ là Delhi ở đây chúng ta rất là hạnh phúc, rất là may mắn có một vị leadership Vietnamese tổ chức cho mình. Xin cho một tràng pháo tay. Sư Giới Hương rất là muốn mua một cái laptop để tặng, nhưng mà không biết thượng tọa thích cái loại laptop gì, thì thôi gửi tịnh tai để thượng tọa mua dùm. Nghe nói cái laptop này hết pin mà nó cũng cũ rồi, thì chút đến tấm lòng xin thượng tọa mua cái laptop này.
Dear respected Venerable THÍCH, dear respected Venerable dear brother and sister in Dharma. Today my topic is the Bodhisattva idea in Nagananda work. There is 3 parts in my topics. First, introduction. Second, meditation. And the last one, conclusion. Now I start with the abstract.
Like a Zataka story.
Yes.
Then, if this drama, if you are a director and you want this drama again performed in this stage, CHÄA University, what is challenge for you? Or just only this drama, just only keep been talking. Do you think this can perform again? And what is factor to challenge you if you are a director?
From on the first century. So in the structure of this monument is including some the construction of the Buddhist structure, and the image of the Bodhisattva are also the significance. This is structure is also including the stupa, or we are called the chatiya inscription, and the second is the mandapa, and you see the home for chanting, and another monastery around. That's either called the vihara. So this is the evidence of the Mahachatiya in the Nagarjunakonda. Look, all of you can see with the white color, all of the white pillar. That is also created from the lemon stone. They are carving by the lemon stone, and they erect it in the Buddhist locate in the Nagarjunakonda. So this is the all of the structure. So this material using the for stupa is over either the brick and rubber, and some of the bean clay also. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for this for speaker. I think now we have a total 13 speaker. Up to now we have 6 speaker already, but I'm very happy because all of you very English very fluently and smart your essay. And also we sing essay we know about the Andhra Pradesh, the monument in the holy monument in the Andhra Pradesh. Thank you for that.
Physical and mental without mention any returns. In Buddhism, according to the Buddha teachings, take care of and respect to parents are considered not.
Why Buddhism still alive now? Why? Not only because of us, not only because mom and I'm not confused, but the Buddhism, even when I transform it in different ways due to the culture and due to the anything hidden in the time. What I want to ask you, you think that the Buddha teaching about gratitude of the parents. So what is a specific meditation technique the Buddha mentioned in about that sutra in order to we realize not understanding. Understanding is philosophy. Understanding is many people can talk, but the Buddhism different. But when the Buddha talking anything, he talking how we realize us. Understanding in first stage. Understanding nothing. Understanding to change your mind. But changing your mind bring nothing for this universe. You have to practice. So whenever you talk about the gratitude or the Buddha teaching, you have to clarify the difference between the Buddha teaching and another philosopher, especially Chinese philosopher. Try to find the sutra. What is the specific technique, meditation technique? The Buddha teaching, so that the people who are reading that article, they can put in practice. Whenever you put in practice, you got benefit. When you got the benefit, you can continue. If you don't got the benefits, you give up. Which is what a nonsense talking to Buddha. Then the second step is, you are just graduates about MA. But in MA nowadays, they're talking is scholar. MA is scholar already. So what the scholar contribute in the research paper is a different thing. What people have not yet taught. So your essay, I do your essay, due to, not about the content, but due to you do very nicely in the footnote, anything very clearly. So I hope you come back to India to continue and get PhD. Then come to another conference, okay?
Now I am a PhD scholar at Calcutta University, West Bengal State, India. I'm going to present a paper, the movement of Mahayana Buddhism and its practice in India. As you know, after second Buddhist culture, Buddhism was divided into 18 schools. Each school had its own Sutta, Vinaya, and commentary. And I assume that this school enriched Buddhist philosophy until the first century BC. One more school appeared, that is Mahayana Buddhism. Why did Mahayana Buddhism appear? What are the reasons? Let's take a look at India's social background. Contemporary Indian society is undergoing great change about the religion. Sectarian Buddhism is losing its flexibility. Some Samkhya, Vaisika, New Brahmin are forming and effectively flourishing. About the culture and literature, two great Indian epics, very famous epics, Ramayana and Mahabharata, have been composed and perfected. That means is the imagination, critical thinking, intellectual level of Indian has gone up. One more important point, the intersection of Indian culture with person and with equality. It led to all aspects of Indian social such as economy, culture, art, philosophy to be developed. If Buddhism wants to survive and develop, it must have a renewal and self-transformation. So, Mahayana Buddhism was born. When did Mahayana Buddhism appear? We cannot exactly when Mahayana Buddhism founded, but we know the movement of Mahayana Buddhism has been going on for a long time. According to Kimura Taiken and many Buddhist scholars, Mahayana Buddhism were founded around 1st century BC to 1st century AD or earlier. And I also rely on an archaeological evidence. A Mahayana Buddhism sutta called Attasahadika Panya Paramita Sutta. In Vietnamese, it means Đào Thanh Bát Nhạc, Tiểu Phẩm Bát Nhạc hoặc Bát Nhạc, Bát Thiên Tùng. Its work has been dated to CA 75. It's very soon. And this sutta was transmitted to China and was translated from Sanskrit to Chinese in 1708 by Lokasema. So the statement about the formation of Mahayana Buddhism around 1st century BC to 1st century AD or earlier by many Buddhist scholars is reliable.
Now I would like to share my topic, the engaged spirit of the Bodhisattva in Vietnam Buddhist Sangha in the contemporary society. The Buddha teaching mentioned not only the path of liberation but also social issues and human beings. The engaged spirit in the Bodhisattva is an expression of the Bodhicitta of Buddhism to new practical domain. In the Buddha time, the concept of spirit engagement was already established by Gautama Buddha. After there were 60 arahants in the world, the Buddha said, "Walk monks on tour for the blessing of the many forms, for the happiness of the many forms, out of compassion for the world, for the welfare, the blessing, the happiness of devas and men. Monks teach Dhamma, which is lowly at the beginning, lovely in the middle, and lovely at the ending." In each historical period of Vietnam, Buddhism promoted its role of protecting the country, people's safety. The engaged spirit of Vietnam Buddhist Sangha refers not only to the activity of monks as charity activity, disaster relief, helping the poor in distress, but also contributing to building a peaceful world where people can be happy and feel peace right in the real world. Characteristics of the engaged spirits of Vietnam Buddhist Sangha in history. Nowadays, Buddhism is the main religion associated with the country's history and spiritual life of Vietnamese people.
PhD scholar THÍCH and THÍCH, your topic about Bodhisattva within the Vietnamese Buddhist Sangha in the contemporary society. I think that topic also very useful because we are Vietnamese. We must know about Vietnamese Buddhism, especially the Bodhisattva spirit in our activity. Thank you for your topic and very nice. But we are sorry because no time, so no question answer. Okay, see you next time.